بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما نافعا يا أرحم الراحمين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. The Prophet, peace be upon him, throughout his prophethood went through different trials, constant trials from the beginning of prophethood. And you can imagine over 13 years he experienced physical and emotional abuse, not from only distant family members but from his own family members. Then he experienced people rejecting the message of Islam, and then the most beloved person passes away to him, Khadija radiallahu anha. Not long after that, his grandfather Abdul Muttalib passed away. And then his carer who looked after him for many years, Abu Talib. So constant trials. And we today go through similar trials. We lose loved ones. We may find difficulty in living in this lifestyle, in this society, with family and friends. So everyone is sharing a common trait, and that is we're all going through similar trials. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, wanted to gift the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that will make his affairs easier. And not just to the Prophet but to the Ummah. And as you all know, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would reveal an ayah, Jibreel alayhi salam would give it to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as revelation. So when it came to ayat for 13 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would reveal the Quran through Jibreel alayhi salam. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to gift Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam something very special. Therefore, it was very unique. The event was very unique, and how it happened was very special. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invited Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam up past Sidratul Muntaha. As you all know, the event of Isra al-Mi'raj, this unique event where the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went on the Buraq from Bayt al-Masjid al-Haram to Masjid al-Aqsa, and then ascended up into the skies to a point where Jibreel alayhi salam could not enter. And the Prophet asked him, Ya Jibreel, come inside with me. He was not allowed to. And this is where the Prophet ﷺ was gifted the greatest gift, a gift for the entire ummah, and that is the prayer. The prayer is what eases our life. The prayer is what gives us direction and clarification and light. And this is the hadith I want to share with you, where Muhammad ﷺ said, As-salatu nur. What does nur mean in English language? Light. As-salatu nur. The prayer is light. The prayer gives us clarification in life. The prayer enlightens our path. What's very interesting is this word nur was used for a particular creation that Allah mentioned in the Quran. Who can tell me what it is? No. A particular creation. No. In the Quran. No. He said in Surah Yunus, وَالَّذِي جَعَلَ الشَّمْسَ ضِيَاءً وَالْقَمَرَ نُورًا. The moon is nur. You know why? When you look into the moon, do you ever have to squint your eyes? Do you squint your eyes when you look into the moon? You don't look. You just squint your eyes because the rays of or the light of the moon is very smooth, right? And the moon enlightens the whole dark night. Yes or no? And the moon has stages. It's born short, small crescent, and expands until it reaches a full moon. When the Sahaba looked at the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, they said his face was brighter than the moon. He will have a nur al-tam yawm al-qiyamah. He will have complete nur on the Day of Judgment. And the Prophet said, peace be upon him, when those cross the bridge, the sirat, you will cross the bridge according to your a'mal, according to your deeds. And the greatest deed is the prayer. Because when Ibn Abbas asked the Prophet ﷺ, Ya Rasulullah, what is the greatest of deeds? Prayer on its time. Some people will cross the bridge like a lightning bolt. Some will cross with a candle, very small light. And some will have complete darkness. They won't cross that bridge. So as-salatu nur. Nur in this dunya and nur in the hereafter. Then the Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was-sadaqatu burhan. Who can translate that for me? As-sadaqatu burhan. What does that mean? No. Evidence. As-sadaqatu is evidence. What does that mean? What does sadaqah mean when it's evidence? How? Evidence for what? Sincerity. Good. But evidence for what? Iman. Giving charity proves your iman. Because we are attached to this dunya. We're attached to this wealth and money that we earn. That's why when we leave the masjid on a Jum'ah and we pull out our wallet, we give the smallest note. How much have I got here? $5? That's the note you give. Because we're attached to this wealth. That is why he said, As-sadaqatu burhan. Who's the greatest of the Sahaba? Abu Bakr. What did he do with his wealth? He gave all his wealth. Because his heart was not attached to wealth. So the amount of iman you have will depend on your attachment to this dunya. So how much you have in your wallet and you give in charity is a clear indication of your iman. And that is why the more you attach to something and you give it up for the sake of Allah, your iman increases. That is why the mujahid, he gave up the most valuable thing to him, which is his life. And in replacement of that, Allah gave him another life in the form of green birds. The last part of the hadith is as-sabru diya. What does diya mean? Not shade. What does diya mean? Not light. Because we have to be specific with the Arabic language. Al-nur is light. What does diya mean? Al-diya, Allahu A'lam, is something that's illuminating. Because he said, وَهُوَ الَّذِي جَعَلَ الشَّمْسَ ضِيَاءً. Ash-shams is illuminating. Now, let's think about it. When it comes to the hot days, can you look into the sun clearly? No. What happens on a hot day with your body? Sweat. What else? Tired. Laziness. Yes? So why did the Prophet use this word? وَالصَّبْرُ ضِيَاءً. Why is sabr illuminating but it's hard? Because patience is hard. Patience isn't something easy. And that is why we are four people when it comes to patience. When it comes to trials, we are one of four people. Number one, the lowest of them is the sakhit. The sakhit is one who complains. Why me? Why didn't it happen to him? How did it happen to my son? Why my car? This person is complaining about the decree of Allah, the lowest level. Second lowest level is the sabir. The sabir is the patient one. But the patient one, he's the one that's like, it's hard. He accepts it, but it's hard. He has to bite his tongue to not say anything. Are you with me? So patience, the sabir, is the second lowest level. He's patient. He gets his reward. But he's finding a struggle with accepting what Allah has decreed for him. The second level is ar-radi. Ar-radi is the one who's content. It happened to me, alhamdulillah. It's decreed. Allah decreed it before I was born. I'm happy with it. I'm content. I'm not complaining. I don't see any hardship in it. And I'm pleased with Allah's decree. And the highest of levels is al-muhib. The one who loves what Allah decrees for him. How many times, and I'm sure everyone in this room has experienced this, you think something's bad, but you see after a year or 2 years, subhanallah, man, it was good for me. That's the muhib. The muhib, he sees everything as Allah decrees for him is good. And he loves it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase us in knowledge and iman and in patience. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala connect us to the salah and give us complete nur, complete light on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Wallahu a'lam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa ayakum.